Subscribe. MTL World at Mythal World 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2 Origin Continent. Chapter 242 The Mantis Stalks the Cicada. 21st of Volume 6. The Snow Realm Ancestor, God King Tianzhu, and the Lord Kaifeng are not very strong, but they can rank among the top 10 sinners in the Origin Continent. Yet, they were able to live freely for a long time, primarily due to their extremely strong life-preserving abilities. After all, some of the ancient beings hate evil and have conflict with them, yet they still couldn't do anything about them. The ancestor of the Snow Realm follows the path of the origin of life, Lord Kaifeng follows the path of the origin of space, and God King Tianzhu follows the path of infinity. Their various life-preserving abilities are extremely difficult to deal with. Yet, the three of them died at the same time. This indeed shocked the entire continent. Good riddance. They should have died long ago. These great sinners have been living so freely on the Origin Continent. A powerful being should have wiped them out long ago. Some righteous individuals cheered in excitement. However, some deeply sinful gods began to feel uneasy, killing the three of them at the same time. Will they come after us next? Mind your own business. What should I do? Should I reincarnate? There are so many great sinners in the entire Origin Continent. This strong man should only be targeting the top 10. He should not be able to find me. These great sinners were in a state of panic. Of course, most of the God Kings are more concerned about the identity of the mysterious strongman. Who killed the three God Kings including Tianzhu? Was it the strong man in black robe and golden face? They are very concerned about the impact of this mysterious strong man on the situation of the entire Origin Continent. The Flame Wind Guild and the Thunder Chamber of Commerce should soon be able to find out some information about the murderer. All parties were waiting. No trace was found. We can't find any trace of the murderer in the past timeline. The two ancient countries tried their best but couldn't find any trace at all. If we say that the last time Luo Feng killed the three kings of the Food Kingdom, the traces were obvious and even the images were extremely clear. This time, there is no trace at all. Time and space, cause and effect, even all energy fluctuations cannot find the murderer. Couldn't the murderer this time be the powerful man in black robe and golden face? Both ancient countries were somewhat puzzled. After all, the recent similar deaths of the three kings of the Shi Kingdom, and the king of Tianquan who were also a great sinner died due to spiritual will attack. Because of that their biggest suspicion was the black robe. But now, there is no trace. The two ancient countries were somewhat uneasy. Huyang City, City Lord's Mansion. Luo Feng was drinking leisurely, looking at the stars in the night sky. After killing three God Kings, the stars in the night sky are still shining. Luo Feng said. Morosa looked at the night sky and couldn't help but say, those three, their strength is average, and they are not noticeable among the stars in the night sky. The most noticeable ones are the ultimate beings and the emperors. Luo Feng smiled. Master, I've been confused. Morosa said. What's the confusion? Tell me. Luo Feng poured himself a glass of wine. Master, if you want to kill the top 10 sinners, why don't you act at the same time and send out 10 clones to kill them instantly? Morosa said. Now, Master has killed the three weaker ones first. The remaining 7 will definitely be at alert, and maybe some of them will be so scared that they will reincarnate on their own. Then you won't be able to find them. Luo Feng looked at Morosa. The top 10 sinners in the Origin Continent, the 3 I've killed are the weakest among them, and their sins are also the least. The remaining 7 are not ordinary. 3 of them are royal gods, residing in the holy places of the Thunder Ancient Kingdom, Thunder Mountain, and the Flame Wind Ancient Kingdom, Flame Capital. Once we enter, we will be immediately discovered, Luo Feng said. There are also 4 idol practitioners among them, whose strength is quite terrifying and their sins are immense. Morosa agreed. The 3 royal family gods and the 4 idol cultivators, their sins are much greater than those of the 3 ancestors of the Snow Realm. Luo Feng said. In terms of ranking of sins, the one ranked first is, Iron Roar Demon Lord. He once plundered almost all the living beings of 12 entire nations. Over the long years, his sins have become even more incalculable. Ranked second is the Black Eagle Ancestor. The Black Eagle Ancestor has harmed dozens of nations, even the beings of the Thunder Nation have suffered greatly because of him. How can he still be so carefree today? Ranked third is the Devouring Fox Chui God King, and ranked fourth is the Deceptive Guiying God King. Only after that do the 3 royal family God Kings come next. Morosa, don't you find it strange? The sins of the 4 idle ones surpass those of the 3 royal God Kings, yet they still roam freely to this day. Luo Feng said. Isn't it all speculation that those 4 idle ones have the emperor and the monarch behind them? Morosa said naturally. It's said that they are the emperor and monarch's henchmen. Luo Feng nodded, I think so too. Almost there. Luo Feng looked at the night sky. The next target, the Fox Chui God King. The Fox Chue God King resides on the border of the Tianji celestial icefield and commands a vast territory. He frequently devours not only countless beings within his territory, but he also actively invades many neighboring countries. Now after killing the 3 weak God Kings, will you come after us? A massive blood-red fox lay there, its golden eyes glinting with a hint of concern and fear. As a fellow peak existence at the second level of the God King realm, his reputation is far stronger than that of the Guishu Emperor and the Wuxian God King. He practices the path of the void origin and had a full 9 powerful clones. With his enigmatic and unpredictable spatial techniques, he invaded various nations, wantonly devouring countless lives, and could not be stopped at all. In addition to the 9 powerful clones, there are also many weaker ones. Your Majesty, I always feel something is off, the Fox God King transmitted from afar. Don't worry, you have a clone in my palace, no one can threaten you. A casual and nonchalant voice came through. The Fox God King suppressed his thoughts. Suddenly, the Fox God King saw a massive star rolling towards him, and he couldn't help but be utterly shocked. At this moment, no matter how many clones he had, he could only resist this terrifying spiritual attack. Emperor, save me. Rolling stars crushed down, the fox-eating God King had no ultimate realm life form, no perfect Tao protection, and no super powerful treasure of his own. Only the clone hiding in the Emperor's palace, which has a slight effect of weakening willpower. Poof. The Emperor's palace weakened the willpower by 2 or 3/10, but under the crushing of the rolling stars, the Chihu God King's spiritual will still perished. Even under the protection of my palace, Chihu still died. The Emperor was extremely furious as he looked at the lifeless body of the Chihu God King's clone. This time, I barely managed to kill the Chihu God King. Luo Feng frowned slightly. He could sense that crushing all of the Chihu God King's consciousness was quite strenuous. This also made Luo Feng realize that his spiritual will, combined with the Li Yuan technique, could sweep away all God King level willpower. With an imperial palace obstructing, I can still kill. But if it were a stronger protective measure, my willpower might not be able to kill. My spiritual willpower still needs to be stronger. Luo Feng thought. Huff. Luo Feng and Morosa collected a total of 2 clone corpses and numerous items from the lair of the Chihu God King, and then left. Previously, when the 3 of them, including the Sky Hole God King, died, although all parties on the origin continent paid attention, their emotions remained quite stable. But the death of the Chihu God King has caused many powerful beings to panic. That was the peak of the second level of the God King realm, and he was the Chue God King who walked the path of the void. Even the Emperor would find it difficult to kill him, yet he actually died. Who? On the endless grassland, Luo Feng and Morosa walked side by side. Master, the cause and effect of the Guiying God King has completely disappeared. Morosa looked at Luo Feng. He must have been so scared that he immediately chose to reincarnated. Quite decisive indeed. Luo Feng nodded. The number 1 Tigi Demon Lord and the number 2 Black Eagle Ancestor are still around. Morosa looked at Luo Feng. Who are we going to kill? Luo Feng looked into the distance and said, let's go find Tigi Demon Lord. Tigi, without a doubt, is the most terrifying existence among the top 10 sinners on the origin continent. He is on par with Pu Xin, the master of the time-space arc, or lone boat, and the God King Luo He. He once acted alone and plundered almost the entire population of 12 nations, accumulating countless souls over the long years, which is simply unimaginable. It's just that in recent years, he has been much more low-key. In a hidden palace. Tigi Demon Lord was clad in armor, with only his eyes exposed, coldly gazing at the outside world. Master, will that murderer who killed the Chihu God King come looking for me? Tigi Demon Lord transmitted. Every time he makes a move, he is guaranteed to succeed. Right now, he is most confident. He will definitely come. A voice came through. As long as he dares to show up, he won't be able to escape this time. Tigi Tyrant patiently waited. Suddenly, Tigi Tyrant saw the rolling stars crushing towards him. What a powerful spiritual will attack. Tigi Demon Lord was fearless, but under the rolling stars, his spiritual will was still crushed and annihilated. The Tigi Demon Lord sitting there immediately lowered his head and fell silent. Not right. Luo Feng's expression changed slightly as he used his spiritual will attack outside the palace. There is something wrong with this Demon Lord Tigi. When killing Demon Lord Tigi, Luo Feng noticed that there was something special about his body. Boom. In the vast area of billions of kilometers around, endless black flames suddenly appeared, sweeping away everything in their path. In an instant, the numerous beings that were originally around this palace were incinerated. In the terrifying flames, Tigi Demon Lord raised his head and stood up respectfully, saying, Master. Next to the Tigi Demon Lord, there was an old figure draped in a red cloak. He laughed heartily as he looked at Luo Feng, and said. It's not easy to cultivate a powerful consciousness in this puppet, and you destroyed it. The blood-red flames blotted out the sky. Their might was very terrifying, even a peak-level god king in the second realm couldn't withstand them for more than a few breaths. Luo Feng looked at the old man in the red cloak before him. Di Yuan. Luo Feng recognized him at a glance. This Tigi demon lord turned out to be just a puppet lifeform cultivated by Emperor Yuan. The 3 personal guard generals beside my master, Emperor Chu, are also very special lifeforms. Although losing a powerful consciousness is a pity, but still it's worth it. The cloak fluttered, the aura of Emperor Yuan and the endless blood-red flames merged into one. He looked coldly at Luo Feng. I've caught you. Luo Feng looked at the other person but smiled. His prey has never been the Tigi demon lord or the Chihu god king but the mastermind behind them. Killing one of their minions is nothing. As long as the mastermind behind the scenes is still around, they will quickly support other minions. Di Yuan. Luo Feng spoke up. Do you know why I didn't kill all the major sinners at once? Di Yuan frowned slightly. Because you are my prey. Luo Feng stared at the other person. As soon as the words were spoken, the heavens and the earth changed color. In the vast, boundless expanse, blood-red rivers surged forth, and these blood-red rivers, mighty and overwhelming, instantly obliterated the blood-red flame domain that Emperor Yuan had unleashed using a powerful secret treasure. This is. Emperor Yuan looked at the endless blood-red rivers that blotted out the sun, yet he remained unfazed. Because he is one of the 13 emperors of the ancient Yangfeng kingdom. At the time he made his move, he has already notified the other emperors. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe. MTL World at Mythalworld 1 YouTube channel.